Hey gang, happy Aloha Friday. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm over here working on my big board over here, and it's funny because I'm cleaning it all up, and I had 5 things that I needed to do, which literally I finished when I think about it, except for certain stuff I didn't, but pretty much I did it. And it's funny because I wrote down on August what my mission statement is, and I wrote, I sell good life, healthy life from the inside out. And so, I hope that everyone has their own mission statement, and it's so important to always look back and start a journal, because it's funny on how your thought frames are thinking at that time. And I had something really stuck that I needed to kind of figure it out. And so I kind of called my sensei, my teacher, and throughout that 1-hour conversation, it was funny because at the end, we had a great talk. I asked a lot of things about life, its philosophy. We fought about some stuff. We blamed about some stuff. We talked about memories. We also, I cried. I was crying about this certain things that happened that I needed to really let go and talk to someone. And I had a good crying session, and next thing you know, we talked about something else. And it stopped because I ended up laughing so much. And my sensei said, you see, look at you. Now we're did all the elements, what life is all about. And at that short moment, in that 1 second when he said that, I wrote down the emotion that I went through in that 1-hour conversation. And it's, life is always sometimes when we hold back too many things, we start to create stress, we start to create anxiety, we start to create depression, we start to create all these negative feelings because all of this emotion that you were holding, whether you was mourning for someone that passed away recently or 5 years ago or 1 year ago. And it's okay because we are emotional beings, but if we hold everything else inside of us, that's when the turning point of our self goes into a downward spin. And when we go into this downward spin of emotion, of depression, and we're seeking for unknown compassion, instead where the compassion of really needs to go is caring for thyself inside of yourself. And so I've seen this happen so many times, whether, yes, I'm a consultant, I'm a coach, I'm also, have coco jour. But at the same time, I enjoy doing what I do as a consultant and as a coach because, it's the same thing when people come in for their dog. I tell them, your dog is saying it's going through this stress, going through this anxiety, that's why it's going through this behavior problem, it's going through XYZ, is because its heart is so unconditioned that it feels right through them, and that's how a lot of these certain allergies or things like that happens, and it triggers them. And by it not giving it right touching, of feeling, of caring for that emotion, it's going to start to explode. So whether it's anything of a living being, whether it's your plants, whether it's your fish, whether it's the birds, whether it's your dog, whether you as a human, you need to always remember to really keep yourself centered and balanced. And by doing that, it's okay to go through your emotion. It's so okay to go through your emotion, to find, you know, there's now, I look out there, there is so much information, you know, and so much where we can go and have people like us who go through all of this, who can understand and who can make us have a better life by addressing all of these things. Because if you don't address these things and you go and take prescription medication, alcohol, drugs, you know, do things that's not you, you know, and then you come back home, you wake up, and it's the same vicious cycle, and it doesn't stop. And I see some people who does that, and I'm said, oh my God, they're in like a huge vortex that doesn't end. You remember, it's like a carnival ride, and they want to get off, but they don't know how, because every time they get off, they feel sick. So they might as well go back in and escape from it. And so, you know, 2021, like I said, we always have to remember there's going to be a huge amount of challenges that's coming up. And now that we're going to have the new moon, it was so beautiful because early this morning I went outside to my garden and, you know, looking what I need to plant and what needs to be going somewhere else. And guess what? I picked up Zupu, so I'm going to make a segment about that as well too. So lots of things are coming up, and I'm going to go and make another tutorial about the new moon coming up April 11 and 12. So this is going to be such a spectacular powerhouse new beginning. So I'm going to start working on getting some of my sunflower seeds ready so I can start doing some DIY with you. And I have my IT person, so you guys can sign up and let's have fun for the new beginning, because Easter is coming up this Sunday. So have fun, and Lily, start thinking of what seeds to plant for 2021. Aloha!